Hello, everybody. So, I'm going to start by apologizing for my voice. I've had a cold and now I'm stuck with this odd sounding voice. So let's talk about the Boss DR3. Today we're going to talk about which I think is wrongly named as Styles. I understand why they named it Styles, but to me it's just wrong. They named it Styles because that's how they have it. They have a rock style, percussion, or country style, metal style. They have all these different styles of patterns which they put together for each one. I don't like the name that much because it's not how I use it. I use it as a backup band. So for me, I would have called it parts because it's parts of the song that I want to transfer. So let's see. Let's first turn it on here. Let me just turn the bloody thing on. So the styles are, as soon as you turn it on, you're in styles. So you have manual and auto. Auto is kind of just straightforward. It starts at the intro, goes to verse A, uses fill B, goes to verse B. I can show you here. So verse A goes through, does fill B. Now do verse B. And then it just keeps going around like that. And then I'll do fill A and then verse A. And I'm just going to end it now. Alright, I'm going to have to stop it on my own because I thought it would end automatically. Guess I was wrong. I guess maybe it'll end after it does verse C, which is pretty silly. Where manual, you actually sit there and you press which one you want it to do next. So once again, start with intro. Automatic goes to verse A. It'll just keep looping verse A until I tell it to do something different. When I hit a button like B, now it switches to that. Now if I hit fill A, it'll go to verse A right afterwards. And then if I hit stop, as soon as it finishes verse A, it'll go to stop. And there you go. And yeah, the way it works is you have three fills. You have three fills on here. We're gonna worry about them later. They're a different breed. And then you have 5 different patterns you can put in with just remembering one thing at the end. So you have your intro pattern, you have your verse A, B, and C, and then you have your ending stop. The intro and the verses, you can run them over and over and over again. So if you want, you can do, if you have like, for instance, a specific intro that you set up that you want to reuse again, you can reuse it. That's fine. I actually have one of my songs, I actually have it where it is reusing it. Now, and then you have the verses and the end. So, but yeah, like the end is different. The end is where it will, as soon as you select that verse or the ending, it ends. That's the end of the song. That's where it ends. So fills are weird. Fills are a 1 bar, kind of a pattern change. And the way it works is that it kind of takes over. So if you have, let's say you're on verse A, and then you want to put fill B on so that it goes to verse B. Then what happens is verse A, let's say verse A, you have it set up to be four bars. And so you have 4 bars set up. And then you say, okay, well, I want fill B right afterwards. So what happens is it goes through, it does, on verse A, it'll go bar 1, bar 2, bar 3. And instead of going to bar 4, on verse A, it will go to fill B, and then it'll go to verse B. That's how that works. So what happens is your final bar kind of gets gets changed. I have just started using it. I think I'm using it on one song. The one that I'm going to show you today, I'm not using it because it just wasn't needed at the time. So, okay, so now that being known, so once again, so one of the main parts, so intro, verses, and ending, can be up from one bar to 4 bars. So you can make it as big as you want in that, well, maximum 4 bars. So, and then a fill is just 1 bar. So that doesn't never changes. That's the way it is. And so I'm going to show you my screen here. So this is I Saw the Light. Yes, this is Hank Williams, I Saw the Light. I tabbed this out myself. Now the way I have it here is I have the electric bass and I have the drum set. So what I have done, so let's go back to my friend over here. We will go to my user fields. Let's see. Now, since, like I said, I'm using this as a backup band, I have everything set up more as a song name. So, like in this case, I Saw the Light. And how I play it, I will just play it. Like I don't have, like I said, I don't have any fills, and I could show you that. But we'll start it. So, and it's not following what I have on written. So there's the first part, then it goes to the second part. That's 4 bar. Oh no, it'll keep doing that. So we'll go to verse B. So that is what I have set up. Yeah, so more or less what I've done is I have verse C is the end of the chorus where praise the Lord, I saw the light. And then there's 2, and then verse A and B kind of alternate throughout the song. So I'm going to turn this up a bit so I can hear it a bit better. And then the intro is just like 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's why you hear 3, 4. So when I put the song down, what I did is I do the intro first, and then I go, verse C. And then I do verse A, go to verse B, and it kind of does that, and then that's just the ending. The end. So yeah, the ending is praise the Lord, I saw the light, and then just boop, and then it just, we're done the song. So let me show you on my screen here. Let's go over here. So now to set it up, so what you do is to set up a new one. I'm not going to set up a new one, but you go into style. Let me go back to this here. Okay. Go into style. So I clicked edit, style. We're going to enter style. Tempo's 100. The beat is 2/4. On the screen, on the actual sheet music that I use, it's actually in 2/2. I can't do 2/2 on this. The lowest you can go is 2/4, or yeah, 2/4 is the lowest you can go. But you can do like, I think it goes, yeah, it doesn't do any odd timing. It's all, if you notice here, I'm just going through the timings. Well, it does 5, but like it's 8s and 4ths. But yeah, you can do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 2/4 timing. Drums kit is going to be country. Makes sense. And I just made both kits country because it just makes it easier for me. I haven't played with that mute hi-hat thing. Style is live. Natural. So now in the patterns are your intro, fill, all that. Now in this here, you are now setting up how many measures each one is. So the intro is 2 bars. because the intro is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just give me my timing so that when I'm getting ready to play it on guitar, I can play it. So verse A is 4 bars, verse B is 4 bars, verse C is 4 bars. Ending is 4 bars. And yeah, this stuff I have no idea. So these are they're transitions. I'm not sure how they work yet. I haven't played with them. That'll probably be another video down the line once we get into more advanced things on this, and I can copy it and clear it. I don't want to do any of that, so I'm going to exit. The next thing under pattern is name. So if I hit enter here, you see you can change the name. Name is done with the value button, with the value thing here. I think, oh, nope, let's do that again. So let's go back in. So you change the letter with the value here, so you can put numbers, anything you want. Sorry, my nose is bugging me. And then you can upper and lowercase it by hitting the enter button. And then once you're done, you just exit. After name, we have copy, clear. So we're not going to use any of those. So they're pretty much self-explanatory. Copy this style to another style. Same thing with clear this style. So I'm not going to worry about those. But yeah, that's how I have it set up to edit this. Now I don't do it live. I don't do it live editing. I do it step recording. So what I do is I hit the step button here, and if you go over things, you'll hear, like we're at drum kick right now. Now I am in the intro, which is the hi-hat open. That's why you see Phil B opening up here each time, because it's the CHH, which is closed hi-hat. Now if I click, let's go click on it. There. So now it's showing me all the closed hi-hats because I've clicked on that. And so yeah, so it's just, like I said, it's just 2 steps, and it's running. You're looking at it in 8th notes here. Is it 16th notes? That looks like it's 16th. I can't tell. So now if you want to modify this here, this is your note pattern. So for this, so if you want to modify it, you go enter, and then you see the cursor is moved there, and then you can just move it here. So this would be 16ths or 32nds. This is triplets in 30 or in 16ths. That is now 16ths. That is triplets and quarters, and that is quarter notes. So we were looking at it in 16ths. And so yeah, that's how that works. Now that's how you do it. So when you want to work it this way, what you do is, can't tell where I am now. Oh yeah, so then I hit enter again, then I'm back, or no, I hit exits, then I'm back at the top here, and now I'm working it again. So to do this stuff, what you do is you use your cursor, you move across. So for instance, let's say I want there to be a hi-hat, an open hi-hat right there. I go, so I hit open hi-hat, and then here, click. Now let's say I want to hear how it sounds. I then hit stop. And I should hear tip, 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 tip. See, I could leave it like that if I really wanted to, because it's not bad. It doesn't mess me up. But I'm going to show you how to erase it now. So let's go back into step recording. So we're on open hi-hat. See, it says drum OHH there. So to delete it, you hold down the stop record, and then it's delete, and then you push the one that's it added, or the one you added. So in this case, I'm getting rid of open hi-hats. All right, and then same thing, hit stop, and then goes back. I am currently running this on power, on battery power. So now if I hit intro again, yeah, so in the case of intro, it will automatically go to verse A. But if I'm in verse A, it will just keep rolling through verse A until I manually change it. All right, I didn't hit stop. I kept hitting record. So that is how you add and edit your patterns. So to switch patterns, so you can edit a different pattern. So let's say I want to do something with fill A, since I'm not using it in this case. So I hit fill A. So I hold down the PTN, hit fill A. That makes a flash here. Hit step record. I will, at some point, I'll try to do real time. I hate real time. It's just not for me. I'm not fast enough with my fingers for that. So let's say I want to add a kick, and then on every, let's see, we're on 16th. So kick 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the next. That would be the next one. So let's add a hi-hat, and then we'll add a kick. Oh, I only got one. Well, that's right. There's only 1 and 2 on this one. Keep forgetting that. Okay, so kick. Let's add a snare as well. Let's add a cymbal. So now we have kick and cymbal. And you can see the lights coming, both of them coming on. And then when we have the hi-hat, let's do a snare for fun. So now we have kick. Okay, now we say stop. So what happens now? Well, we do this, so there we go. I'm gonna hit fill. So that's what that does. So now I've added a fill, and as you can see, it did do what I said it did. It took out it did three measures, and then it removed the last measure with the new fill, which isn't anything fancy, no big deal. I'm gonna leave it there for now. I don't care. All right, let's go on to how to add other instruments. Okay, so once again, we're gonna go back to fill A. And then, so I'm on fill A, so PTN, fill A, so pattern, fill A, and then you can see the instrument button is lit up. Right now it says drum snare. So if I hit it again, perk 2, bass. Okay, so bass is octave to octave. So there's 3 bass settings on here. There's bass, octave low, octave high. So bass is your standard bass. It is, let me just grab my bass. Now this is a 5-string, so it's a little more confusing, but let me just, so this is like I said, 5-string, a little more confusing, but so it is E. So in this case, the lower strings are E, A, D, G. This is the low B. I'm not going to worry about that right now. So it would be E to E. So it would be there, or E to E, or E to E, or E, and I don't like, no, last one isn't an E. Last one's too low. So E to E, E to E, E to E. Oh, sorry. There we go. I keep forgetting. There you go. So it covers that octave. So if you go up an octave, then you go from E to E, and you're covering that much. So you're covering up to this E. I don't think it goes any lower. So this is E to this E. There we go. Yeah. So now you're missing this piece here, but either way, it covers a lot. And then octave lower is, E from one octave lower E to your standard bass E. So that is how that works. Now, how do we use it? Well, let's go back to their screen here. So, let's say I want to put, so we have, I'm just going to do straight E. No, we'll do G's here. So let's see. So on the pad, you can see where it says like Tom 1, Tom 2, Tom 3. There's a little, just be inverted. And this one here says C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E. So you got E to E. So one octave. And as stated, so what you do is you just push the button. So I'm going to do a C here. Now there's some fun stuff which you can do here, and I'm going to get into that. So if let's say I push C, I hold down C. All right, so there I'm playing C. As you can see on the screen, it shows that I've got a note there. And then what I can do is, let's say I want it to go all the way to just before the next one. So there, so now you can see it goes across. I let go. And then there I'm going to, just for fun, put a D. I'm going to do it as 2. And then I'm just going to do it as a 1. So now I got boom, beep, beep. So what I've done is I've made a quarter note. Now granted, when I play it like that, you can't tell. So let's just go and I'll stop it, go back to fill A. We'll just push right on fill A here. So as you can see, when fill A plays, so it plays longer. Now, once again, as I said, you can't see that on the screen. All you can see is it says that there's a note there, and then you can tell what note gets played. Same as you can tell what drums are getting hit, because when it plays it, so when I go over it, so there you saw it, Tom C went up, and then C, and then D and D popped up after that. That is how you can tell. So yeah, so you can do just like if you hold down the note, just push it once and then move on, then it will just play that one. It'll just go beep. It's like a staccato thing. So for instance, I could do something like this. I could go and then, so we'll just go straight across. So there. So now it's gonna go. Now it should go. So let's go back. Play fill 1. Do it again. So you can hear now it's doing the. So it's like almost like you're playing with many fingers. Yeah, so that's another way. But if you want longer notes, like, let me show you my screen here. This is where I wrote it from. So as you can see here, I have this. This is the bass. So this is 2 holes. So that literally the first one, if you when I did it, I hit that C. So I held down C, and I just went and I just did it straight across on 2 bars, and then bum 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 bum. So let's look at that one for a second. So that's verse A. No, it's verse C. Sorry, that's verse C. So let's go look at that one just so I can show you this. So here, so we're gonna go in, and can you still see all right? A second, I've got things in front of me. I've got notes in front of me and everything, and I'm trying to. There we go. All right, so we're in verse C, and I'm on the bass. So as you can see, you'll hear this go boop, and then I'll just let it go through. And then I can show you here. So let's just go back to, whoops, that one. So we're on the third measure, and you can watch if you look at the notes at the bottom, you should see them go around. But yeah, like I said, but you can't hear when you're in edit mode, you can't hear it going boom. So there's just boop. That's all it'll do. See, let it roll. But if I play it, so now let's look back at my screen here. This one here. Oops, no, this one here. All right, so if we look back at my notes, so you can see I got the whole note here. As you can see, I'm very meticulous about how I do stuff. I like to know exactly what I'm doing. You don't have to go this far with it. I do, because I want it perfect. And this is what I'm actually going to be playing on the guitar for the intro. So that's why I'm going to be playing on the guitar, and that's why that's there. And then you can see, so it's boom, bum, 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 bum. And as you see, these are each eighth notes. So it's 2 holes, quarter, half, quarter, and then eighths with a break in between. And so then it comes on to this one. So this is pretty easy. I just do just doing the usual root fifth. So C, G, C, G, and there's a break in between. So I'm not holding it through the entire thing. I am letting it breathe, and that is how I've done this. So if you look, all right. So yeah, so you can see actually just in this you can see all my verses. So each verse, now it starts at verse C, mainly because praise the Lord, I saw the light is the final verse. And this was originally going to be the intro, but I realized that I could use it as verse C and then just reuse it as the final part of it. So in the song, it starts off in C, and then it goes into, well, this is E here. I don't know why. Either way. So C and then G, G, G. Yeah. Okay. My voice is not working very well. So what I did was I broke it up into 4 bars, because this, as you can see, this is 4 bars right here. The first part of the verse is 4 bars, and this is all just playing a C back and forth. Then the second part of the verse switches to F, and then back to C, and then back to C. So really what I'm doing is I'm using, so for the first part here, verse C, verse A for the second, verse B for the third, verse A again for the second, or for the fourth, and then we go here. So then we have, this would be C again, because this is praise the Lord, I saw the light, as you can see. And then it has the same thing. It's just and yeah, and then I just go through and I do this. So now I'm in the chorus. Chorus is pretty much straightforward. It's I saw the light, and it's in C, and then it switches to F, and then it goes to C for the last bar, and then it goes back to C, And then we end up with praise the Lord, I saw the light, and then I have the three different endings. And so, yeah, so this, I saw the light, so this would be praise the Lord, I saw the light. This would be, what is it? This would be the first one, or would be C, and then 3 would be the ending that I'm using with the ending on the patterns. So I saw the light end. There's no boop boop boop. Just end. That's it. So that is how I work out a song. I literally write it out in this. And the reason I do this is because it allows me to visualize what the pattern is going to look like on the machine and figure out, how much it's going to be. So like if let's just look at here. We'll look at verse A. So let's go back to the thing. So if you look on here at verse A, I have the kick set up as quarters and the hi-hats set up as quarters. That's why there's quarter breaks here or quarter rests. So it's boom, tick, boom, tick, boom, tick, boom, tick, boom, tick, boom, tick, boom. Or is that's not snare. I think I added snare to the one that I have. But yeah, so the kick follows the bass pretty much throughout. So let's go back to our little machine here. So verse A, so point pattern, verse A, let's go into it. So we're on the bass, and as you can see, let's just expand it. So let's say, because generally when I work on this, it is generally in, no, it's too small. It generally looks like that. No, looks like, no, what the heck? It just doesn't look right. I don't know why it's, okay, well, maybe it's because it's too, you know why, because it's in twos, whatever. So generally, when I work on it, I'm generally working on it in 16ths. And this is, so I'm generally working on it in this one here, because that's 16ths. And so, let's go back up. Okay. Now, as you can see, the start button will flicker on each. Yeah, see, it's because it's 1, 2. That's why. That's why I'm not used to looking at it this way. I'm used to seeing it going all the way to the edge when I'm in this mode. So, as you see, so like the start button will flicker when I start it. So, indicating that is the beginning of the next quarter note. So yeah, so this is in 2/4 timing. So each quarter note is so each measure is only 2 quarter notes. So that's why it looks like this. So like if I go, let's just switch for a second. We're gonna switch to I don't care. Let's switch to that. So let's look at verse A on I don't care. And we'll go into it. And then in this case, yeah, this is broken up into 2. And so, and this is playing off timing too, as you can see. So let's go into this here. So now if I switch it to the same thing, so that's quarter notes right there. So as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So where the arrows are on the screen is your quarter notes. And yeah, you can go way out in this. So this is 16th notes, and it goes right to the end. So you will hear it. So let's go back up. And yeah, you can hear it there. It hits the that's how the bass line goes. So the bass line is on first note, boom, and then it's right in the middle of the second one. So in the second bar, so it's not even on the same path. Let's just stop. So if I want you to hear that, so let's go. And that's more of a, that's playing right along with everything. Yeah, see, this one I'm using fills. I think this song, the intro, that is actually, and I think it's supposed to, I have to look at my notes, but I think it's supposed to be, because it's yeah. So, yeah, because, let's see. I think it was a verse C. Nope. I can't remember how I did it. But as you can see, oh, you know what it is? It's because I ran out of verses here, so I had to go up to I went to another pattern section or style section. I put it in there. That's why. So okay, let me just load up. I don't care on my screen here, so I can show you what I'm talking about. Let's see. Guitar. Okay. So now that I've really messed you up here, let's go back to my screen. So this is in 4/4 130 tempo, as you can see, and so I have in this case I'm using 8 notes, and I have the hi-hat pretty much going ticka 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 ticka. So in the case of this one, I think the intro is the first part, so let's just listen to it. Yeah, so it's da 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 da. Yeah, when I work this stuff out, I work it out by bass because it's just easier. Da 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 da. And then you go into the, yeah. See this it switches to a different user story, which I'll explain next week. And then it goes in da 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 dun 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 dun. So yeah. Now this was funny because I think I gave up. No, maybe I didn't give up on this one. I think I went all the way through with verses, and yeah, this one is everything is got in there. Now, if you notice, the guitar part is gone because I didn't need it in this case. I play bass so much, I just did it by the bass line. But I had some fun with it. Like when I play it live, I go from C to I think this is G. I'd have to look, but yeah, it's G. So I go to the high G because I like the high G. And so, yeah, I think it's verse. Yeah, I think it's verse. There it is. Yeah, so then that's that's how that works. And then I thought about doing a bada 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 bada, like doing a fill, but then I was like, no, I don't think I'm going to worry about it. And that's pretty much all I can explain on setting up a pattern. I hope I gave you enough information on this. If I didn't, I'm sorry. My brain is, with this cold, my brain's not all where it should be. But yeah, that pretty much explains it. So yeah, so I hope this helped you out, and I will talk to you later. And next week we will do actually adding these patterns to make a song. Talk to you. Bye.